Hello everyone, let's have more news about the Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Buddy Hield proved one of the surprise elements of the Golden State Warriors playoff campaign, making 9 starts and averaging over 27 minutes despite inconsistent form during the regular season. The veteran sharpshooter was the hero of Golden State's Game 7 first-round series victory over the Houston Rockets with 33 points on 9 of 11 shooting from 3-point range. But reports surrounding the franchise's likely free agency acquisitions suggest they don't necessarily want the same reliance on Hield again. Golden State are widely expected to reunite with former guard De'Anthony Melton in free agency, with a healthy version of the 27-year-old likely to be ahead of Hield in the rotation as a potential starter next to Stephen Curry in the backcourt. Along with Melton, the Warriors also have mutual interest with veteran sharpshooter Seth Curry after drilling a career-high 45.6% from 3-point range with the Charlotte Hornets last season. While the 34-year-old may not be a guaranteed part of Steve Kerr's rotation entering next season, at the very least he could be an alternative option who could battle with Hield for minutes. Acquiring both Melton and Curry could even make Hield expendable as he entered the second year of his contract making $9.2 million. Even if that's not the case, adding both don't say a whole lot about the fight the Warriors have been playing Hield for at least 20 minutes per game again. Hield's shooting is still going to prove very important at different points during the season, but his role may be more in line with a 15-minute per game situation than the prominent feature we saw in the playoff. There was constant discussion surrounding Hield's role with Golden State after his electric start to the season, having cooled off in shooting less than 40% from the floor and 35% from 3-point range from December onward. Kerr's continued trust in Hield was perplexing to many fans, and in fairness he was a constant as the only Warrior to appear in all 82 regular season games. The decision to hold fight was rewarded in the playoff as Hield shot 42.9% from 3-point range, leading the team to victory in Game 7 against the Rockets and 2 days later in Game 1 of the second round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. However, the 32-year-old's hot and cold nature during the regular season might be a greater indication of his production, with Melton's two-way impact and Brandin Podziemski's versatile skill set likely to make them more consistent option. Keon Ellis is the current buzz name doing the rounds on social media in regards to a potential sign and trade for Golden State Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga, with plenty of debate among Sacramento Kings fans on whether the front office should be willing to part ways with the young guard. There is a chance that the Kings will hold Ellis completely off limits in any sign and trade possibility, but even if they were willing to put him on the table, what's to say the Warriors will be interested enough to accept a move? In a normal scenario, Golden State may be really happy to get someone of Ellis' caliber in a sign and trade situation, particularly given Kuminga has made it clear he would prefer a new home having thus far resisted contract offers from Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office. Ellis may be off-Broadway given the underwhelming and messy situation in Sacramento, but has nonetheless developed into an elite perimeter defender who also shot 42.9% from 3-point range over his 3-year career. However, this is not a normal scenario given the Warriors are expected to sign De'Anthony Melton in free agency once the Kuminga situation is resolved. Melton does come with injury risk, but has only 2 years older than Ellis and is already a proven fit within the Golden State system. Needless to say, the Warriors won't want to trade Kuminga for just 1 year of Ellis, but they might have to stump up $15–20 million per season in order to avoid that. How will that factor into things if Melton has a bounce-back season and wants a new deal, along with Podziemski being extension eligible next year? All of this is a moot point until such time the Kings actually make Ellis available in a sign and trade, yet they may have to eventually make that decision if they truly intend on acquiring Kuminga. You could certainly have Melton and Ellis on the same roster, but adding in current guard like Brandin Podziemski and Buddy Hield provides some level of overkill when it comes to shooting guard option next to Stephen Curry in the backcourt. It's therefore conceivable that the expected signing of Melton may cause Golden State not to value Ellis in a way that many around the league otherwise would. That's not to say that they would completely reject a Kuminga for Ellis swap, but the impact of Melton's rival is at least worthy of discussion when it comes to the 25-year-old's value specifically to the Warriors. The other complicated aspect to this is Ellis' contract and the fact the Kings chose to pick up his $2.3 million player option for next season. If Golden State were to trade for him right now, they'd have to be confident of extending him on eligible rather than letting him walk as an unrestricted free agent next offseason. With increased motivation to re-sign Jonathan Kuminga this week, and having held a high asking price in sign and trade negotiation, the Golden State Warriors are still looking to bring back the talented forward and are wary of relinquishing him to a rival team. That might even be more the case after a league executive delivered a notable player comparison that suggests Kuminga can still become a high-level starting calibre player in the NBA. A recent report from Fred Katz of The Athletic polling 16 league executive found a general consensus that Kuminga's next contract should be a 2 or 3 year deal at around $20 million per season. However, one anonymous executive was optimistic in suggesting Kuminga should get a 5-year, $125 million contract, while comparing the former 7th overall pick to Minnesota Timberwolves forward Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels is great in his role, but JK is more talented and has higher upside if he ever can hit the team executive side. McDaniels' 5-year, $131 million contract with the Timberwolves had been previously viewed as a marker for what Kuminga could expect, but that's now out of reach after another year in which the 22-year-old's role continue to fluctuate. Golden State are clearly wary of him taking off and becoming a star with another team, particularly if it's a direct divisional rival given the Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns are the two leading suitors to acquire him in a sign and trade. The Warriors, and others, may still believe in Kuminga reaching a similar or higher stature than McDaniels, but his resistance in signing a contract would suggest he still don't believe the Bay is the place to make it happen. But if there is still a thought that Kuminga can join McDaniels as an athletic forward that can contribute significantly on a playoff team, then the Warriors would be doing themselves a disservice by selling him at such a low point this offseason. McDaniels has been a starting forward for Minnesota over the last 3 seasons, including over the past 2 in which the franchise has reached the Western Conference Finals. The 24-year-old average a career-high 12.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.0 assists and 1.3 steals this past season, increasing his scoring to 14.7 points on 38,2% shooting from 3-point range during the playoff. Kuminga may have more natural scoring ability than McDaniels, but getting him to buy into more of a supplementary role where he prioritizes defense has been the biggest aspect holding him back from reaching a similar level of player. The Golden State Warriors are going to be asking a lot of a 39-year-old Al Horford next season, assuming the veteran center eventually signs with the franchise in free agency as is widely expected. Young duo Trayce Jackson-Davis and particularly Quinten Post should be able to lessen the burden on Horford during the regular season, but they may not be ideal option come the playoff if the 18-year veteran were to get injured or become physically worn down. The Warriors haven't been linked to many other veteran center options outside Horford this offseason, but that could change if surging buyout rumors come true which would give the franchise a dream insurance plan. Before Golden State narrowed their focus to Horford as a free agent, they'd spent considerable time strongly linked to 2X All-Star Nikola Vucevic as a veteran stretch 5 in the months leading up to February's trade deadline. Interest in trading for Vucevic has since quieted considerably, not only from the Warriors but elsewhere across the entire league. The complete lack of trade market could lead to the Bulls actually executing a buyout with Vucevic instead, perhaps not now but during the course of next season. I think at this juncture we're probably more likely to see a Nikola Vucevic buyout mid-season than we are to see a trade, depending on how the market unfolds, depending on how injuries develop. There just really hadn't been much of a Nikola Vucevic trade market for a while, NBA insider Jake Fisher said on Thursday. Vucevic is on a $21.5 million expiring contract with teams don't appear eager to trade for despite an impressive year last season where he averaged 18.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 3.5 assists on 53% shooting from the floor and 40.2% from 3-point range. Defensive concerns are probably restricting external interest from Golden State and others, but that's much less of a problem if Vucevic became a free agent following a buyout. At the very least, the 34-year-old could offer another veteran presence who's arguably more offensively skilled than Horford, even if he don't offer anywhere near the same defensive versatility. Ensuring that Horford and Draymond Green aren't worn down over the course of the season will be vitally important to Golden State's hopes for success, so adding another big man option shouldn't be totally off the radar for the front office. None of the current free agency options look overly appealing, but that would change dramatically if Vucevic suddenly became an option after so much speculation surrounding him as a potential trade target of the Warriors previously.